there, I'm that chick with the goggles, and for this review, I think I'm going to need more than just goggles.
Bring your power!
Supposed to wear high heels? Really? I'm Sailor Review, and this is a show I grew up on.
These are the things I grew up on.
Now that my secret identity has been concealed, we can continue.
Is that you? You look different. We all do in real life.
Of course, the show that I'm talking about is none other than Sailor Moon. Oh God, no, not that abomination. That abomination. Oh yeah. Now, for obvious reasons, I'm not going to compare this version to the original Japanese version. If the reasons aren't obvious, allow me to elaborate.
I didn't mean it, Serena. I'm not used to being late. I panicked.
Moving on. Sailor Moon hit Western shores August 28, 1995. Bringing the show here was a bid to cash in on the popularity that Power Rangers was experiencing with boys. Now, the company behind bringing us this masterpiece is none other than
Beak.
who ironically enough brought us a lot of our childhood memories, including The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, Captain N, the Care Bears, and of course, Captain Planet.
Go Planet!
The story revolves around average middle schooler Serena. I'm sorry, did I say average? I meant retarded.
How can that be?
This chick is whiny, lazy, dumb, and annoying. Quite honestly, I'm a little offended that I'm supposed to relate to this girl.
That Serena's not a Sailor Scout, she's a failure scout.
After running into Luna, a matronly Mary Poppins babbling black cat,
I can't believe it.
Serena discovers that she is in fact the legendary Sailor Scout Sailor Moon. And it's her mission to find the mysteriously missing Moon Princess. So to clarify, Sailor Moon, who possesses the powers of the moon, is searching for the Moon Princess. There's one big problem, though. The evil Queen Beryl and her Negaverse henchmen, and women, sort of, also seek the powers of the Moon Princess so they can use her powers for evil. So naturally they must assemble an army. And that army? The Sailor Scouts! Not to be confused with the Girl Scouts of America LTD. Sometimes known as Sailor V, also known as Mina. She doesn't even show up till 3/4 of the way through the show, so why in the world is she in the theme song from the very beginning? Also, in keeping with the dumb blonde motif, she too is an idiot. Yay! Also known as Amy. She's the first Sailor Scout to actually join the team, so why on earth does she get second billing when it comes to the theme song? She's the smart one, by the way. Also known as Ray. A prime example of a first-rate bitch. And I don't use that term lightly. Really. I mean, she's unnecessarily mean for no apparent reason. But she is psychic, though, so I guess I can understand why she gets away with it. Also known as Lita. A behemoth of a woman who'd likely kick your ass and then turn around the next day and bake your dog a birthday cake. She's a delicate little flower. Don't fuck with her. She will have your ass. There are other scouts too, including Sailor Mini-Moon, Sailor Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, who unfortunately single-handedly proves how outdated this show really is. However, throughout the series, none of these characters are ever mentioned in the theme song. What's the deal with that? What, they were too lazy to go in the studio and record an alternate version of the theme song? Jeez. And to put emphasis on the fact that with girl power you can do anything, we've got Tuxedo Mask.
Hey there, sailor ladies, going my way.
Tuxedo Mask, proving that all you need to become a vigilante, hero, is a great sense of fashion, ruined by a tacky cape and a top hat. Now, the overarching story of this show is about as deep as a puddle.
She's the Moon Princess! Who'd have thought?
But it's a very pretty puddle. The basic formula for each episode is to add one talented person, subtract talented person's energy, add a monster, right, monster! Lather, rinse, repeat. And to tie it all together, after everything is over, you get to hear an important message from
Sailor Moon!
via Sailor Moon Says. Oh, that's right.
That's no good.
Just like every other show in the 90s, this show too is mandatorily forced to deliver an important message at the end of each show. Even if an episode had absolutely no moral standing whatsoever, Deke went through all the effort to make sure that we got something out of it.
Today, we saw buses vanish into thin air. Too bad we can't do the same with all the smog buses, cars, and trucks cause.
When I say vague, I mean vague.
We may be just kids, but we can help. Encourage your parents and friends to carpool or to use public transportation. It'll help save the air we breathe. Sailor Moon says.
In this episode, in which the lesson that you should have learned is that it's important to be yourself,
There's no way you could make anything this beautiful if you weren't beautiful inside and out, you know? Don't be so harsh with yourself. People will like you. You think so? For sure.
you get to learn not to do drugs.
As long as we don't get caught up in what other friends want, like getting into drugs or other bad stuff.
Never mind being yourself. Don't do drugs, though. And the music? Oh, God. The music. If I had to place it somewhere, I'd place it somewhere between bad Christian rock and Hannah Montana. It's that bad. But don't take my word for it.
There comes a time when you face the toughest of fights.
Oh, God. I can't believe I actually owned the CD. I shouldn't have admitted that, huh?
Searching for a sign.
Now, Sailor Moon was a big flop as far as merchandise was concerned. I mean, who'd want this crappy doll when you could have Barbie? I mean, seriously. And I don't even recall there ever being a moon cycle. But regardless, this show is a gateway to the drug we all know and love called anime. But I digress. Sailor Moon is one of those shows that's always been really close to my heart. I mean, the grown-up in me doesn't get it.
But the kid in me loves it.
Yay! Anime is a serious drug. There's help out there. I used to watch 5 shows a day. Now I'm down to 2 a week. You can do it too. Life. Get one. Sailor Moon says.